Hey everybody, I am just making this video. Oh, it was really weird. I don't know why I did that with my hands. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in my channel. For all of you that have subscribed, for all of you that left your comments on my Facebook and my Instagram, I appreciate all the love so much. I feel so blessed to be surrounded with people who just support and love and pray. So thank you so much for being here. I want to make a disclaimer first off, because this is an infertility channel and a trying to conceive channel, and one day hopefully when I do get pregnant, it'll be a bump date, like an update for my bump channel. And so the disclaimer is that there might be a little TMI. Now, I'm not going to go into like gory, ooey gooey details by any means, but if you don't like the word uterus or ovaries or placenta or cramps, then this probably isn't the channel for you, and that's okay, and I completely understand if you can't watch these videos. But like I said, I'm not going to go into like crazy details. So anyway, now that I made that disclaimer, I want to kind of start where my last video left off. And so that is just going to be my last miscarriage, which was this last August. So like that video said, I, now being here in Ohio, have started at a infertility specialist. So someone just to kind of help me with everything and kind of figure out why I've been having all these miscarriages. Now we know that I have PCOS, and that's another video for another time. And I'll explain all my symptoms, what I have to take, what it does to my body, why it does it to my body. So I'll explain that in another video. But, so I started seeing the specialist, and knowing that I had PCOS, I already knew that I was going to have issues. So he prescribed me, after doing some tests and doing a few different things, he prescribed me metformin, which is normally a drug for diabetics who are having a hard time using the insulin that they're injecting in themselves, so they'd be insulin resistant. Well, I'm not diabetic, I'm not pre-diabetic, but because of my PCOS, I am insulin resistant. So he started me on this medication probably only like a month into seeing him, and within the first month, I started having normal cycles. Now, I had never had a normal cycle. So my cycles had always been like 40 to 50 days long, and I wouldn't ovulate at all. And so I started having 27-day cycles, which the normal is around 28. 27 is really normal too. And so that was so crazy to me. So I ovulated 1 month on my own on cycle day 13, and then I had my period on the 27th. So I didn't get pregnant, but I ovulated on my own. And they were doing blood work throughout this whole time to check my levels and everything. And then he put me on a low dose of Clomid, which is a fertility drug to help stimulate the ovaries to make better mature eggs. And so I went on that, and like the normal dose for that for a woman to take is like 50 milligrams. Like that's what people start off on. That's like a low dose. He gave me half of that. So I was only on 25 milligrams, and I ovulated and I got pregnant. And so I have to test really early for getting pregnant, because as soon as I find out, I have to take heparin shots twice a day, which is just a blood thinner to, I guess, help blood flow, get to the baby better, and in case I have a clotting disorder, which I tested negative for, but he said it was just an extra precautionary that we're just going to hit this really hard. So anyway, I got pregnant, took all the tests. So as soon as I found out 8 days past ovulation. The earliest that women test and can get a positive is usually 7 days past ovulation, and that's even really rare. So I don't even start till 8 days. Well, I got a positive test, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. So the next day I went and got a digital, and it was positive, and you can't really deny a test that says pregnant on it, which you saw in my last video. So I called the doctor. That day I went for blood work early in the morning, and I got the results that night, and my HCG level was low. I think it was only at an 8, and then my progesterone was at a 7. Now, normal progesterone, a woman when they ovulate, their progesterone rises, and about 7 days after they ovulate, it should be between like 10 and 20, which is healthy. Mine was at a 7 at the time that I was pregnant, which is low. And what the progesterone does is that's what protects the baby in the first trimester. And so that's not good that that was low. HCG, sorry I didn't explain that. HCG is the pregnancy hormone that is in our blood that tells us, hey, there's a baby in there and it's either growing or it's not. So your HCG numbers are supposed to double every 48 hours. So unfortunately, it was a 4-day or a 3-day weekend. So I had gotten the test done on a Friday and found out the results. And I had to wait until the next Tuesday to even go back in for blood work. And I was like dying. I was like doing everything I could. I decorated my house for fall because I was like, I have to do something to keep my mind off of this. And so that Tuesday I went in and I got blood work done, and I had kind of already known what the results were going to be because that morning I started bleeding. And so I kind of already knew. And so when they called me, they let me know that my progesterone had dropped down to 1 and my HCG had only gone up to 14. So that wasn't good. And then I had to go back in 2 more days later and find, just to make sure that everything was coming out okay, and that my numbers were going down. And my HCG was back down to a 2. And so I lost the baby. And so the doctor said, okay, I don't want you to get pregnant for a month, just let your body recuperate, let, your uterine lining thicken up again. So let's just get you ready next time. And then when your period starts, call me in, you'll start another round of Clomid, but we'll bump it up to 50 milligrams. He's putting me on Clomid and not putting me on progesterone, because they have progesterone supplements and the Clomid supplements. And the progesterone they would give me after I ovulate, which would help my progesterone be higher. But he wants me to have just an all-around healthy ovulation, which should result in a higher progesterone level. So that's why he just wants to work on the Clomid and not just put a bandage on it, but kind of fix the problem altogether. So, long story short, I haven't gotten a period yet, and it's been a month and a half. So I didn't get a period, and so I take these tests, and I'll go over another video sometime, will be about what kind of test monitors I use, where I buy them, what supplements I use, where I buy them, all that stuff. Mostly I buy everything on Amazon. So anyways, I take just these dipsticks, and they're ovulation predictor kits. And so 2 lines don't mean that I'm ovulating, but if the test line is, there's a siren going out. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Sorry, I get distracted really easily. On the ovulation predictor kit, if the test line is either as dark or darker than the control line, then that's an LH surge, which just means I'm gonna ovulate within the next couple of days. So I hadn't been getting those, and this month I didn't take my temperature, which is another way to tell that you're ovulating. Every morning you take your temperature and you mark it down and it makes a chart. I didn't do that this month because I was just taking a kind of a sanity break from it all, and my period wasn't coming. I took a pregnancy test, wasn't pregnant, and so I started taking ovulation tests again, and I just actually skipped a complete month of cycle or period or whatever, and then it just started over. And so counting it all up, if I would have had a period when I was supposed to, I would have ovulated on cycle date 13, which would be normal for me because then my cycles are 27-day long. So anyways, as of now, because I've had those positive tests, I am, I believe, 4 days past ovulation, or DPO. You might hear me call it DPO, that's days past ovulation. So in a few days, on Saturday, I will record me taking a live pregnancy test. I don't think that I'm pregnant. I don't feel pregnant. I don't think that we got pregnant this month, but you just never know because God works in crazy ways and you just never know. So I'll record that. I probably won't post that right away because I'm only going to try and post once a week. So it might just be like a montage video, because what I want my next video to be is a kind of a question and answer, because you guys don't really know that much about my process or what I've been through, because I mean, I've been open about it, but I haven't been like that open about it. So if you have any questions, even the PCOS questions or anything, comment below and ask those. And I want to do a question answer. Now, if I don't get enough comments, because I don't have a huge following, which is fine. So if I don't get enough questions in the comments, I'll just talk about something else. So no worries if you don't have any questions. But if you do, please comment them below, and I would love to do a question and answer, and then make a little montage about it. So with the live pregnancy test or whatever. So that's all I have for you guys this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your prayers. And yeah, don't forget to comment below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And if you're watching this, then give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys.